America, today, comments. Good evening. Welcome. It's a new show. We're going to try something different here. I get tons of great comments on my daily news program, America Today, and they're really creative, knowledgeable, interesting comments, and I want to spend some more time reading these comments, talking about them, and I don't have enough time on my regular show. So I decided to make a separate program where I will specifically read your comments, talk about them, and we'll get the conversation going. じゃあ今日からね、ちょっとやってみたいと思います。皆さんからね、ほんといいコメントいっぱい来てるんで、それを紹介しながら、中心としてはね、これ英語でやろうかなと思ってます。少し日本語で読み上げるけど、基本的に英語でそれを答えたり話したりするんで、まあ、リスニングの練習になるかもしれないね。Recording, start. So, here's the first comment. 日本語、これ画面出しながら、英語で読み上げたいと思います。Let's check the English here. This is about the Plaza Accord that I spoke about a few days ago. The Plaza Accord, it was one of the events that contributed to Japan's bubble economy. The background to this was that in order to get rid of domestic inflation, America tightened its monetary policy by raising interest rates to 20%, which resulted in an extremely strong dollar, which made it difficult to trade properly and created a trade deficit. Other factors included falling stock prices and soaring prices of precious metals like gold. After the Plaza Accord, the yen became strong, which in turn caused Japan to find it difficult to trade, which led to an acceleration of domestic investment, which in turn led to the start of the bubble. I wonder what the outcome of this inflation will be. This is a great comment. It's really interesting. I arrived in Japan in 1991, January of 1991, just after the Japanese economic bubble had burst. I was 20 years old. I didn't understand economics. I had no idea. Japan seemed fine to me. But now that I look back, I understand what it must have been like during the economic boom, the bubble era, as it's known in Japan, the 80s and the 90s when everything was just skyrocketing. So learning this history was very interesting. The Plaza Accords, I believe, was 1985, 1986, was a meeting between West Germany, America, Japan, a couple other countries. And they agreed to do certain adjustments to the financial system to help America out. America basically said, hey, you got to help us out. And now I know that this led to, or is one part, one aspect of what led to the Japanese economic bubble. Very interesting. Thank you for that comment. That's really cool. 次いきます. Our next comment, a little bit shorter one. I thought it was an interesting solution that Japan would be able to raise stock prices by congratulating Prime Minister Ishiba when he resigns without calling Trump. By the way, what are the Hollywood celebrities who supported the Democratic Party doing now? I'm curious. これね、前半僕ちょっと完璧理解できてないんですけど、日本はトランプに電話せずとも石破総理が退陣すれば、ご祝儀相場で株価が上がる。で、意見が面白い解説だ。これ誰か言ったんですかね。まあ確かにね、僕の周りでもコメントを見てると石破さんが評判悪くて、辞めたら日本が株が上がりそう。It's an interesting concept. I think they're talking about an idea that if the Prime Minister of Japan right now, the rather unpopular, I like to call him the fantastic beast, Mr. Ishiba. If he resigns, the Japanese stock market may boom. And this question, by the way, what are the Hollywood celebrities who supported the Democratic Party doing now? I'm curious. That's a good question. I don't know. I think the Democratic Party Hollywood supporters Some of them may be going to some rallies, like the hands-off rally that was held recently. In general, though, the Hollywood celebrities who support the Democratic Party are being paid money. They work for money. You have to pay the celebrities, and then they will say, I love Kamala Harris. Oh, Kamala Harris is wonderful. It takes money. So when there's no money, the celebrities are very quiet. So I don't think we'll see too many celebrities involved with politics until the next election cycle. Maybe at the midterm elections, but definitely more at the presidential elections. That's when the big money comes out. Money, money, money. Ooh, I got a nice long comment in English. I'd like to read this one a little bit from Mitzo6072. Hi, Neil. I've been traveling now from above 20 degrees Celsius Mediterranean island to suddenly snowy Eastern Europe. But I already checked all your videos for sure. Wow, your Japanese is by yourself. Amazing, and never mind already, you are doing awesome, which is the most difficult language for English speakers. Category 5 with a star. I think you know this category. Yesterday, Mar-a-Lago Accord was a nice topic. Somehow I was also saying this is maintained as it is since last year, so that was sense for me a lot. And I'm still happy to know that you imagine nice to be a but I did not take your words, but keep a track of it. So, 今現在東ヨーロッパにいるんですね。プラス20度の島からいきなり寒い東ヨーロッパに移動。わお、どこ行ってるんですか？気になる場所、よかったら教えてください。Please tell me where you are. I would like to learn more about where you are. It sounds interesting. あとね、この健康の話が良かったですね。健康の話はまた別なコメントでした。ごめんなさい。Your channel is very fair position and much more peaceful, so I like it. この方もね、一時期何かいろいろ情報を出してたんですね。Oh, and I like your channel since I was publishing info as possible as source info translating to Japanese more than 3 years ago on Telegram. But there were many people who had more fighting energy at that time, so I stopped. 多分あれですね、これ英語から逆に僕日本語に訳すけど、3年前いろんな元の情報を拾って日本語に訳してテレグラムに出してたけど、ちょっといろんなファイティングエネルギー、なんか悪い反応が結構あったということですかね。それでやめたと。はあ、なるほど。いや難しい。この SNS で、自分の意見とかこういうニュースとかいろんなイベントの話をすると、僕のチャンネルは今すっごいいいコメントばっかり 99%、でもそうじゃないチャンネルも多いですね。見てると本当嫌なコメントいっぱい集まるところあるんで見てられないですよね。傷つきます。Thank you for your comment. That's really nice. Another comment. This one, here's the Japanese. This is also this is kind of interesting. これ結構ね面白かった。これ英語で読みましょう。American cars were on the roads in Japan in the 1960s and 1970s, but some people who drove them were surprised at how fuel efficient they were, and some even got rid of them. I think it means how not fuel efficient they were. Many of them were celebrities or people in the media. Roads were narrow, so they weren't practical. Japanese women admired the stylish and wonderful lifestyle of American housewives at that time. Their clothes, hairstyles, big refrigerators, homemade pies, etc. The music of that time, such as blues, jazz, and rock, was also wonderful. いや、なんかいいですね。このコメントの中に、60年代、70年代、おそらく書いてる人がその時代過ごしてきたと思うんだけど、その当時のなんか空気感が このコメントの中にあるね。I can really feel I feel that the person who wrote this comment lived through the 1960s and 70s and is speaking from a personal experience. You can kind of feel it in the way they write about it. I think this comment about how Japanese women at the time admired the stylish and the lifestyle of American housewives, I think that was probably because it was heavily promoted as, soft power. You could call it propaganda if you want. I'm sure, after the war, America did its best to influence Japan and get people to learn about America and try to showcase America. And part of that, of course, was the clothing, hairstyles, large refrigerators, homemade pies. Is that apple pie? And of course, music. Music is a big part of American culture and soft power. Blues, jazz, and rock. It was a really fantastic time for music in the 1960s and 70s. I definitely understand that. いいですね。Maybe we got one more here? Two more? One or two more? こちら日本語。トランプさんはアメリカに工場を建てて雇用を作ると言ってますが、本当は工場を建ててロボットによる生産に期待しているんじゃないかなというこのコメント、ちょっと英語で読みたいと思います。Trump says he will build factories in America and create jobs, but I think he is actually hoping to build factories and use robots for production like Tesla's Optimus. He will do most of the work with robots, keeping labor costs down and reduce costs through mass production. However, the initial investment is quite large, and it is still unclear whether it will be put into practical use. Still, he seems to be hoping for fully automated driving, and I read that he is trying to create a revolution in America by combining manufacturing and high technology. Very interesting. Thank you for your comment. This is really good. I think I agree with what you're saying here. Talking about how, there's a lot of talk about bringing manufacturing back to America, building factories, but right now there's not a lot of detail being explained. It's just very general. We'll bring factories to America, more work for everybody, more jobs. But of course, what is the detail? What's going to happen? Will it be automated? Will it be robots? Who will make the robots? Who will take care of the robots? Can the robots really produce products exactly like or produce all the products we need? Or are robots only able to produce certain products we need? So maybe this last part, he's trying to create a revolution in America by combining manufacturing and high technology. Well, all the tech people are surrounding Donald Trump right now. Social media, obviously, but many other technocrats and technology businesses are very excited about this new upcoming revolution in America. I think there are many people who have big visions combining robotics and AI and creating a new industrial revolution, a new technological revolution in America. Very interesting. One more. これはですね、この間僕はエマニュエル・マクロン、胸毛マクロンというのをちょっとやったんだけど、マクロンの話の時のコメントです。胸毛、難しいね。一個一個個別に覚えていかないといけない読み方。他にもある。別に胸毛でもいいのに、胸毛の場合がリアルな響き。胸毛の言い方の方が、言いやすいから変化していたんだと思う。多分ある意味胸毛でもあります。無駄毛でもあります。無駄毛。胸毛 is difficult, isn't it? So 胸毛 means chest hair in Japanese. And the word for chest is mune. So the other day I said munege, which is like chest hair. But in Japan, certain words, depending on the words that come before them or after them, will change a certain sound to make it easier to pronounce or to make it flow more in the rhythm of the sentence. It's very difficult. I've never really studied Japanese with textbooks or a teacher. All my Japanese is learned by listening and speaking. So sometimes, now that I can speak quite a bit of Japanese, I will just sort of think of what the word might be myself. So, mune, ke, munege. I think I just put that together myself. But the proper way to say it is munage. So, munage is difficult, isn't it? You have to memorize each word individually, and there are other ways to read them. Munege would be fine, but munege sounds a little too realistic, and munage is easier to say. So I think that's why it changed. Maybe in a way it's also mudage. So at the end, he or she, I'm not sure, throws in a little bit of a joke. Muda is like a waste. Mudage, a waste of hair. It's sort of, this one doesn't really translate to English very well, but it's a funny little joke at the end there in Japanese. Very nice. I like that. Okay, what do you guys think? Good comments as always. I enjoy reading them. I enjoy reading them in Japanese. And I enjoy now this sort of challenge to read your comments in English and then talk a little bit about them in English. So maybe this program could be good for people who want to learn Japanese, because we can do both. And also people who want to practice their listening comprehension. The most important thing is your ears, listening comprehension. I learned all of my Japanese 100% from listening. Listening and speaking only. I don't read or write kanji, hiragana, or katakana. I can write my name. That's about it. I am illiterate in Japanese, but I can speak Japanese. So if you, obviously I think it's good to study. You know, if you learn kanji and how to read and write, you'll have a deeper understanding of the language. And of course that's better. But you can go really far just by listening, especially with English, because the English alphabet is so easy. Very easy to learn the alphabet, much easier to learn to read. So the most important thing is your listening comprehension. Okay, I hope that's I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that's good for you, and we'll do this again. Maybe every couple days we'll do this, and I like it. I like it. ちょっと楽しいかも。それでは see you next time. Thanks for the comments.